Hello, my name is Alexander Tibbitts, and today I will explain to you how modern technology has impacted the supply chain management industry, which, if you know anything about the University of Arkansas at all, you'll know that this is a topic which is quite the buzz on campus and in the U of A sphere. But before we dive into the meat and potatoes of our presentation today, I feel that some definitions are in order to help make sure that we're all operating on the same page here throughout this presentation, so we all know what we're talking about here. The first definition is the definition of supply chain management, and it is the art and science of integrating the flows of products and information and financials to the entire supply pipeline from the supplier's supplier to the customer's customer. And I came across this definition from my Intro to Supply Chain Management instructor, Dr. Stephanie Thomas, here at the U of A. And she said that this is her personal favorite definition. And I have to say, after doing more research, it's mine as well. And so this is the definition we're going to be rolling with for our presentation today. The next definition that I have for us today is the Internet. It is defined by Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary as an electronic communications network that connects computer networks and organizational computer facilities around the world, used with the except when used attributively. The third and final definition I have here for us is the Internet of Things defined, and is defined again by Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary. The networking capability that allows information to be sent to and received from objects and devices, such as pictures and kitchen appliances, using the Internet. In a nutshell, supply chain management is the means by which firms in the supply chain industry take raw materials and transform them into finished products which ultimate consumers or customers purchase and use. Supply chain management is closely related to logistics, but supply chain management has a broader focus than traditional logistics, as it is also directly connected to the business disciplines of accounting, finance, information technology, marketing, and human resources. Supply chain concepts have been utilized for thousands of years, but supply chain management as its own business discipline is a relatively recent innovation that emerged in the early 1990s. The rise of supply chain management is directly connected to the rise of globalization, which allows for the selling of goods and products across international boundaries with minimal interference from national governments. An example of this would be the adoption of free trade agreements in the early 1990s, just as the ratification of NAFTA by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. At its core, supply chain management is about relationships between firms in the supply chain, which allows everyone to specialize in their area of expertise while delivering to customers the products they want in the way they want. Now you're probably wondering just how does modern technology fit into the supply chain management industry? Well, the answer is they go together like peanut butter and jelly. While supply chain management was rising as its own discipline in the early 1990s, the Internet and its related technologies were also undergoing a rise about the same time. Of course, the Internet in a very early form existed in the 1980s, but that was only restricted to government officials, the military, and people like that. In the 90s, that changed when, if you had the money and the internet access, you could get a wholly internet, and then that completely revolutionized the world scene. It completely changed the way humans access, store, and share information. And this change wasn't just restricted to how we access the news or keep up with our friends or relatives or things like that, but it also had profound implications for the business industry. Early on, the businesses mainly used the internet technology on a business-to-business basis, especially as it pertains to supply chain management. But today, you see a lot of business-to-consumer usage of the internet technology in the supply chain management field. This includes delivering finished goods to consumers. It includes smart devices. It includes ways that businesses keep track of their inventories while in transit and while also being warehoused. And we'll cover all of these things in a bit more detail later. But in the nutshell, the internet completely changed the way that businesses do business for the better, and this change is just only going to continue to expand in the upcoming years, especially as it pertains to the continuing adoption of the Internet of Things and related technologies. One example of a specific technological innovation which has proven to be very useful in the supply chain management industry is Enterprise Resource Planning, or ERP. As its name suggests, Enterprise Resource Planning works by helping supply chain managers keep track of their inventories and know how many of which items they have in stock and things like that. For example, if a Walmart in Fayetteville were to sell 25 cases of AAA batteries, ERP would have that automatically upload to the database, and it will be that information transmitted to all Walmart supply chain managers, be they at local store level, the regional level, or even the more like national or international level. Enterprise resource planning is a valuable tool which helps supply chain managers keep track of their inventories and assess the situation on a day-to-day and even during the day basis. Now we're going to talk about how smart devices fit into the supply chain management field. I'm sure we're all familiar with smart devices, be they smartphones, smart TVs, smart refrigerators, etc. Devices that are viewed as normally ordinary, but when they are connected to the internet can do extraordinary things. In today's world, smart devices aren't just restricted to your home, but they've also become pretty commonplace in the business world and supply chain management. The most prominent example in the supply chain management world would be smart trucks, such as Amazon's. With smart trucks, these trucks are directly connected to the internet, which enables them to do several different cool things, like for transporting beverages that need to be kept at a certain temperature. Smart trucks can help regulate them and keep them cold enough. They can also assist drivers with getting to their destination in the most efficient time possible and help navigate to the correct route. And then they can also provide real-time feedback back to the firm's central computer to assess its gas mileage and finding more efficient ways to deliver its deliveries. Smart devices in the supply management field also include drones. Drones, of course, are robotic instruments that can fly and are typically rather small. Due to their small size, drones are typically reserved for delivering smaller packages to end consumers, but their role could expand in the coming years as they become more commonplace and proficient. Smart devices are more and more beginning to play a critical role in the supply chain management field, and they're only going to increase in their scope and use, and also how efficiently and how wisely they are used. After covering some of the various ways that the internet technology are utilized in the supply chain management industry today, you might be wondering just how mainstream is technology usage in the supply chain management industry today. Well, the answer is very mainstream. According to some of the results gathered by a study conducted back in 2015, they've discovered that 85% of businesses surveyed use automated guided vehicles, which we just discussed. 87% use computer-aided inspections in their inventories. 68% use automated storage and materials handling systems, such as ERP. 90% transport information electronically to their customers. 91% report that their supply chains help reduce their total cost. 83% reported that their IT systems seamlessly integrate with those of supply chain partners, and 90% report that their IT systems are compatible with those of their supply chain partners. So as you can see, technology use in the supply chain management industry is very much mainstream, and the authors of this study went on to say that the results of their study found a positive relationship between firms utilizing supply chain technology and their overall supply chain performance. And they also add, at this point, a failure to properly utilize available supply chain technology would put a firm in the supply chain management industry at a distinct disadvantage relative to their competitors. Of course, after conducting all my research for this assignment, I wholeheartedly agree, and I would just venture to add in the 7+ years since this study was completed that this information and findings that supply chain management technology is critical to your supply chain success is more true and more vital than it was even then. At this point, I think it's safe to say that the future holds great things for the marriage of supply chain management and information technology, and something tells me that those of us at the Walden College, including my fellow classmates here, will be at the forefront of this ongoing development that will continue to revolutionize the business world. And finally, I would like to thank each and every one of you for tuning into my presentation today. You have all been a joy to work with throughout the semester, and I'd like to thank all of you and Professor Miles for helping me grow over the course of the semester. You've all been great to work with, and I hope to work with all of you in the future. Thank you again.